Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. As most of you who have been around a narcissist will realise, having a conversation with them can seem like an impossible task. So this video is to explain more about why it is so hard to have a simple conversation with a narcissist. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you overcome narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. A narcissist does not like it when you question them, as they believe in their eyes that they are entitled to do as they please, that they are special, that they are superior to you, that they shouldn't have to be questioned about what they have or haven't done, where they have or haven't been, or who they've been with, as they will never be held accountable for their own actions, as they don't believe their actions are wrong. They believe you're in the wrong for asking them a question. They will always project any faults of things they've done that they shouldn't have done onto you, or things they should have done that they didn't do onto you. They will always twist it on how you should have reminded them, or where you've been, who you've been with, to avoid answering any form of question, to avoid being held accountable for their own behaviour. To a narcissist, unless they want you to know, often to provoke a reaction from you so that they can blame it on you, they enjoy causing intrigue in those around them. They enjoy causing frustration in those around them. They enjoy the game. They enjoy taking risks. They enjoy dodging being caught, because when they do get caught, they're going to manipulate it into somehow being your fault. They don't want you to know where they've been or who they've been with. To them, it's nothing to do with you. If they don't want you to know, they don't want you to know. They don't have the respect for your thoughts or your feelings. They usually take any form of question as criticism unless the question suits them. If you ask a question just to make a simple conversation with them, if you ask wanting to know something, or if you ask because you're demanding the truth from their narcissist, this will trigger a reaction from them. They do not want you questioning them. If you've questioned them deliberately or not, they feel criticism of their rights, of their sense of entitlement to do as they please. They believe you criticised their sense of entitlement, and they are arrogant and unpleasantly proud of their behaviour, that they don't think they need to answer to anybody. They feel like their control is slipping away, so they have to react to your question, but in a way that you end up being gaslighted, that you end up doubting yourself, blaming yourself, and wondering what on earth just happened. Even if you ask them something to make a simple conversation, have you had a good day at work? Where have you been? Did you have fun this evening? If you ask in a manner where they feel criticised, they can then lash out at you. They can rage at you. That criticism causes narcissistic injury, or they can ignore you. As to them, it is your fault. Not only have you criticised them, you've undermined their superiority. They do class any form of questioning as them being held accountable to you. And narcissists don't want to be held accountable to anyone, not even their own behaviour at times. If their behaviour could potentially work against them in the eyes of other people, they're not going to be held accountable. In their eyes, they are only responsible for the good things that they do, and they are responsible for the good things that you do. They will pass the blame over for any negative within their lives, and they will take the credit for any positive within your life. To a narcissist, no one else matters. They take anyone questioning them as they're not entitled to do as they please, And as they believe they are entitled to do as they please, a question can anger them. Their rage can rise and they have to find a way to get you back, to get one over you, on you, to punish you. They have to get their authority back and control back of you. They also find pleasure in getting your emotional reactions to feel better about themselves. They get pleasure in pulling other people down to feel better about themselves. They get pleasure in frustrating other people to feel better about themselves. If you ever notice when a narcissist is unhappy, they're going to go all out to set the environment to make those around them unhappy. And then once they've got those around them unhappy, the narcissist suddenly becomes happy again. Whether a narcissist knows you are right or not doesn't really matter. They want to watch you going crazy, trying to prove it to make themselves feel better. If you ask a narcissist a question in an irritated way or an angry way, they enjoy the fact that they have gotten to you and are receiving your emotional reactions. And many will then bait you to frustrate you, to keep you going, to get you going, to get those reactions from you so they can blame everything on you. If you ask why they've not washed the paws, taken care of the children, cut the grass. If you ask them in an angry fashion, in an irritated manner, their anger isn't always triggered as they know they've already gotten to you. They enjoy the reactions they're getting from you. They enjoy the fact that they've annoyed you. As you've challenged them, criticised them, they don't like you questioning their authority. Yet because of how you did it, they see it as an excellent opportunity to gain more emotions and more reactions from you. Some narcissists, the covert narcissists, might just stand there and say, "You forgot to remind me," so that they're passing the responsibility for their behaviour over to you. However, if you do remind them, they will complain that they're not a child and they don't need reminding. So you can't win with a narcissist. It's that double bind, that catch-22. Whatever you say, whatever you do, if it doesn't match the narcissist reality, you will be wrong and you will be punished, whether they rage at you or fall silent on you or start insulting you. They will never admit that they are in the wrong as they believe you are in the wrong. They will never let you settle a disagreement as to them. You shouldn't have questioned them in the first place. They believe they are better than you. They believe they are entitled to do as they please, and they lack the empathy to care for how their behaviour affects you. A narcissist can and will reject any question you may ask them that challenges their behaviour. They will not explain any truth as to what has happened, and they will not admit fault. They feel no need to do this. What they must do now to resolve the issue, to regain their superiority over you, to regain their control over you, is to gaslight you, to confuse you, to get you to blame yourself and doubt yourself so that they can get away with their behaviour. They will evade any questions you ask. You will never be able to have a normal conversation with a narcissist about anything within the relationship that concerns you. Their response is often very scary, strange, completely off the topic, delusional, confusing, puzzling, random. It's not a good place to be when you ask a narcissist a question that they don't want to answer. Narcissists will refuse to answer questions simply to make you annoyed, to make you frustrated, to make you angry, to make you confused, and to avoid any form of responsibility. They don't want a straightforward conversation with you. They have some, it's a more calculated response. With others, it's an instinctive response to any form of questioning. Some examples of how a narcissist might respond to a simple question. 1, they might try the guilt trip. If you loved me, you wouldn't be asking me. If you trusted me, how dare you, after everything I've done for you? Which you then question what they do for you. You then don't want to hurt their feelings. You don't want them to think that you don't trust them. 2, you might end up with those, why can you not just leave me alone? Why can we not just have a normal, quiet life? Why do you have to make everything so difficult? I don't want to argue with you. Why are you causing so many problems? Even though you might have just asked them if they had a good day, it's just leaving you hurting, confused, frustrated, and fear of speaking up in the future. Because the next time when you don't ask them if they've had a good day, they're going to come at you with, are you not bothered about how my day's been? So you just cannot win. They may completely change the conversation, the topic switch to something like, I think we need to buy a new car. I think we need to get married. Let's have a look at that holiday. Or something happening at work, or some gossip they've overheard, someone that's done something far worse than they've done, and it's usually a lie. Anyway, when you try to get back to the original conversation, they will carry on deflecting it away from the conversation and onto something completely random. They might deflect by triangulation. They will shift the topic of conversation onto other people, away from them, to make the change in conversation onto talking about others, gossiping about others, blaming others, making you seem like you're coming from the wrong place because other people would accept certain forms of behaviour. Things like, my ex never questioned me. Why are you? Yet you know they claim that ex was crazy. And all the things they've said negatively about the ex, more often than not, the ex might have got to a point where they didn't question them because the ex learned to walk on eggshells, was trained to walk on eggshells around the narcissist for fear of reaction from the narcissist. So a narcissist saying, my ex never questioned me, the narcissist might be speaking their truth. What they miss out is what they did to the ex in the first place. They might say that their friends let their partner do it, or that they might just start on the fact that other people don't like you, just to confuse you, upset you, and hurt you. 5, repeatedly interrupting you, telling you that in fact you're not allowing them to get a word in edgeways, you're causing problems. They might twist it around onto you, again leaving you feeling confused and frustrated, as it's actually you that cannot get your point of view across. They will tell you that you're raising your voice, that you need to calm down, that you need to think about how you're speaking to them. They will project to confuse you, to get you going. Again, not actually engaging in the original topic of conversation that you might have started. So you have to start defending yourself to them. Again, they will twist it straight back onto you. And they might have actually started a conversation off in the first place. You might have just said something that they didn't like. 6, they might just demand that the conversation is over. They've had enough of talking and they want to have the final say. They might just say they're no longer talking about this. Will you stop bringing up the past? Deal with it. Anything just to end the conversation. They might push you. They might spit in your face and then walk away from you. After they've walked away, more likely than not, you might receive the narcissist silent treatment for as long as they wish to do so. 8, they will intimidate you, raise their voice above yours as you cannot be heard. They feel that you can no longer challenge them, leaving you in despair, leaving you frustrated, leaving you in anger because you cannot get your point of view across. They no longer listen to what you say. Instead, they see your frustration and anger and they enjoy using each and everything they can against you to wind you up all the more. 9, they might start devaluing you. They might start insulting you. They might start taking shots at your character to pull you down, to pick themselves up. They might start accusing you of doing things that you haven't even done. Which goes on to 10. They start questioning your actions. They start questioning things that you've done that's far worse than what they've done, whether you've done something or not. So if you've questioned where they've been, just to have a conversation of, oh, have you had a nice evening? Where did you go? They're going to turn it round to, where did you go last week? Who did you go with? What were you up to? To instantly confuse, hurt, and frustrate you. Many of us do continue a conversation with a narcissist, even when they're doing these things, because of our compassion, because of our want, our need for them to understand us and for us to understand them, wanting the reality of what's happening, wanting to be heard, wanting to hear another and wanting to be heard, wanting somebody else to listen to us and wanting to listen to another, wanting to get our point of view across and listening to another's point of view. A narcissist doesn't want to understand you or your point of view. They just want their own way. A narcissist will not give us closure, as they are only thinking from their point of view. They do these things and many more if you question them, to gaslight you so you don't know what's happened, and nothing ever gets sorted with them. And if you bring something back up because nothing ever gets sorted with them, they're going to bring up, you're too hung up on your past. Why can't you just leave it in your past? Are you not over this already? To them, it's you that's criticised their sense of entitlement. They are in charge. They instinctively do these things, or they calculatedly do these things to protect themselves and to remain in control. When it comes to narcissists, ride out the storm of the waves when they come at you. Recognise the game that they are playing. Give them no reaction. You'll not get the answers you're looking for from a narcissist. Look to yourself for the answers. Break free forever with no contact or grey rock and go and live a happier life for you. You can and you will. I shall add in the video description the video on why a narcissist cannot see your point of view and why we need to stop explaining ourselves to narcissistic people. Thank you very much for listening. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve an amazing day. Bye.